Alright, so now we're going to summarize and talk quickly about how to use the right index. So when to use which type. Let's start with the first one. We have the heap structure. So as we learned, it is a table without any index. So in which scenario we don't have to use any indexes in case you want to have fast inserts. So if you want to have a fast write performance, then don't take any index. So you stay with the default with the heap structure of your table. And we usually use it in not very important tables like the staging tables or temporary tables, where we want to insert the data fast and then get rid of the data later. So here there is no need to utilize any index. Now, if we are talking about the clustered index, we usually use the clustered index for primary keys. It is even a default from the database. If you create any primary keys, then SQL gonna go and create a clustered index. So this is the main usage of the clustered index. You use it in the primary keys, and if there's like no primary key in your table, then you can go and pick another column where sorting the data is important. Like for example, a date column. So it could be a good candidate for your clustered index. Now moving on to another type, we have the Columnstore index. So when I said here clustered index, I mean clustered row store index, of course. But now the question is, when do we use the Columnstore index? If you have like big complex analytical queries where you are aggregating a lot of data, doing data aggregations, then go for the Columnstore index because it's going to give you amazing performance. And as well, if you are struggling with the size of tables, so if you have a super large table, you can go and use the Columnstore index because it can go and compress the data and reduce the size of the whole table. So for those scenarios, we use the Columnstore index. So again, for the row store clustered index, we use it usually for the OLTP systems, where you have a lot of transactions and so on. But for the Columnstore, we use it usually for the OLAP systems, where you have a data warehouse, reporting system, business intelligence, and so on. Now moving on to another type, we have the non-clustered index. We usually use this index for non-primary key columns. So that means the rest of the columns of your tables could be candidate for the non-clustered index, and there are a lot of reasons why you would do that. For example, for the foreign keys, or using it on the columns that are used in order to join two tables. And another place where you can use the non-clustered index for the columns that are used for the where clause. So there are like many scenarios where we can use the non-clustered index, but not for the primary keys. Now moving on to another type, we have the filtered index. We use it in order to target a subset of data. So if in our query and analysis we are only focusing on a subset of data all time, it makes no sense to have one big index for all data. We can use the filtered index to have focused index. And of course, if the size of the index is a problem, then you can use a filtered index in order to reduce the overall size of the storage of the index. And then to the last type, we have the unique index. You can go and use the unique index in order to ensure data integrity of your table. And as well, it might improve slightly the performance of your query. And that's because SQL has less tasks to do if the index is unique. Once SQL finds a match, it's gonna skip the search. So this is a quick summary and guide on when to use which index type. That usually help me finding the right index. If you like this video and you want me to create more content like this, I'm gonna really appreciate it if you support the channel by subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. All those stuff gonna help the channel with the YouTube algorithm, and as well my content gonna reach the others. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.